Hi, I'm Andy Mann. You join me today at Monkhall Fisheries in Bridgnorth. We're with the Aquastim cameras today to run you through a live match, obviously using Aquastim products. I'm going to run you through how I go about fishing my match, how I prepare my baits, and what areas of the peg I'm looking to fish and prepare ready for the latter part of the match. So there we are, that's the all in. I'm going to start the match literally just daubing a piece of bread across. Hopefully just try and nick an odd mugfish. Plan is to start daubing probably for the first couple hours of the match. Overnight temperature's been absolutely freezing again. Just checked the water temperature as well, that's 3.5 degrees, so I'm expecting it to be a little bit tough to start. So I'm going to prepare a few lines down the middle just in case anglers go in and start feeding straight away and catching. But I'm expecting it to be a little bit of a slow start all round. So we're just starting on a 6mm piece of bread. Never fished this lake before, so I'm not really sure how it's going to fare. I know there's a good head of carp, F1s, anide. The plan is to try and start with bread, hopefully nick a few good fish if they just sat around the reeds. Then hopefully finish strong down the middle then, with a few fish over either pellet lines or maggot lines. So the line I've started on to straight away is right in front of me, because with these really narrow lakes, the last thing I want to do is push the fish out to my peg if there's a few sat in front of me straight away. Any sort of indication like a bubble or a moving fish would be a great sign. It's not really. So we've had no indications there. So what I'm going to do is actually just pick the rig out and just flick it into another spot, just to literally, just like a foot away. Just to try and grab one of those crafty F1 or carp's attention. If you've noticed as well, I fishing with a really long lash as well. Because I do believe they can see that pole tip. Even though the water's really coloured, it's got like a blue lagoon type dye. It is still really, really, really clear. What we're hoping to do is just try and find a little gang of fish held up against a couple of reeds. And the thing is, with it being so cold, they won't move. So we have literally just got to keep picking the rig up and trying to find where that gang is held up. I think we've started on the right method, because it looks to me that everybody's gone across daubing. Seen one or two anglers into fish straight away as well, so it's just a case of persevering with this. Expecting a bit of a slow start, but hopefully we'll find a few fish held up somewhere now. Solid there, boy. So peg 10 is literally just hooked 2 carp in 2 chucks, dobbing bread across the bank. I think that's the right area of the lake where you want to be. A couple of pegs off it, but we're on the right side of the lake. It's a little bit wider here. So I'm hoping we can find a little gang of fish held up here somewhere. I literally peg 10, I've just gotten in and up 2 carp in 2 chucks, so looks like that's where they're held up. It's a great bunch of lads here as well. They love the crack in all fairness. Just going to keep moving that rig around now, hopefully just entice one of those crafty F1s into snatching at it. There's not as much cover here as the pegs to my right and my left. It feels a little bit barren, but it's nothing to worry because I do think they just run around these islands. So the gear we're using today is a 016 mainline. We're using a 4x8 winter Maggie with just a couple of number 12 strung out to an 011 hook length of a 16 F1 pellet hook. A 1.6 slick elastic for a long kit. It's quite shallow across, it's only like 2.5 foot right against the grass. That's where you'll find these fish held up now, where it's really clear. There's a couple of like grasses on the water, so if you really gotta just push that rig in close. And hopefully there's just a little pocket of fish that's held up that we can get in touch with. So we've prepared some of the F1 Supreme micro pellets today with the F1 Supreme syrup, and it gives it a really, really nice caramelly smell, really attractive. So I'm hoping that'll do the damage as well if it does become a pellet match. Can't see me introducing any bait for a little while. I will prepare one maggot line, just in case people do start feeding and catching. But I definitely think the flicking the bread round is the best thing to start on today. More fish have been caught have been doing that. Looks like it's going to be a really slow start, to be fair. See an odd fish coming out, but I have to try and make every fish count today. Just going to keep moving it around any little grasses on the water just to see if I can find a little gang of fish that's held up somewhere. Just starting about 6 to 8 inches off the bottom. If we start getting like lots of indications, missed bites, then it'll look to come shallower then. At the moment it's just trying to Trying to find a bite or just any sort of fish held up somewhere. Yeah, so just had a little bite there. Not like a proper bite as well, to be fair. So it just shows the importance of working hard, picking our rig up, not being stationary. When it's cold, it's really easy to just shut down and stay stationary and not move around. So we just got to keep picking our rig up and moving in any little nook and cranny. Now we've had a bite there, we've got something to work off. So hopefully there's a fish or two held up in that. It looks like a little grasses that's fallen on the water. Could just be like a fish or two held up in there. Just gives it that little bit more cover. Absolutely solid in front of peg 10. He's had like 3 carp and 3 chucks. He's doing the same thing, just dobbing bread right in the grasses. Got a little bit more cover there. Just going to give it a little lift and drop just to see if there is one there. Not moving much, literally just pick the float at a couple of inches. There is one, just hopefully you'll snatch at it. And some good quality fish down there, all £3 plus fish. I think I need many of those sort of fish to build a weight. So I'm testing some new pellets today, which Aquastim have brought out. They're ready, prepared hooker pellets. And if you're anything like me, haven't got much time to prep your bait or tackle, then these pellets are absolutely brilliant. Like I said, it's a test product at the moment, but they're literally prepared in some nice pots, and that's all you've got to do with them is literally just drop them in as you get to the bank. Drop them in a little tub of water, squeeze them under the water, and they're ready to go. But I do feel like if you leave them in the water for a little amount of time, the colour becomes even more lighter, especially on the natural pellets. But they're a cracking pellet in all fairness. They're really, really made well. The test pellets come in 4 different colours as well at the moment. So we've got a natural, a yellow Scopex. I think the green one is a bit of a meaty flavour. And then we've got some red ones, fruit fizz. And to be fair, they're awesome pellets. I'm a little bit sceptical when it comes to different coloured pellets, and if I only had a little bit of time to prepare, I'd always just go for a natural pellet, but this has taken that away now, so you've got them options there. Whereas, like me, if I'm really lazy, I'd only have one type, but now we've got four different options on the side tray ready to go. It's important you don't just sat stationary in one area. If you're not getting any bites, and it pretty much tells you there's no fish in there. Beauty with bread is when you do get a bite, usually means there's an odd fish there, like. It's absolutely rigid in front of peg 10. He's literally, every time he's come across, he's had an indication whether he's had a carp or he's foul looked one. So I'm just going to keep plugging away, daubing bread for a little while now, but we'll catch up with you in a little while, and hopefully we've got a few fish. So we're an hour and 30 into the match, and it's been really tough, to be fair. I've literally had one bite on a carp about £5, probably about 15 minutes ago, just daubing bread in the bank. It's pretty tough in my little area, but yeah, but peg 10 seems to be walking away with it. He's literally having a carp every chuck, and he's had some big beasts as well. There has been an odd fish coming out now where people have fed a few maggots. One or two down the middle, I'd mainly down the middle. But there has been a few F1s caught against the far bank with maggots, so I've got to keep that in mind as well. But yeah, it's really, really tough at the moment. Literally trying to poke the rig in everywhere I can just to snare one, but I've literally just had one bite of carp. Just going to prime a few lines down the middle now. I think that might be our best bet of a couple of bites. I'm just going to give this daubing now another 15-20 minutes. I've just tried maggots now because there seems to be an odd fish getting caught daubing maggots on the far bank as well. Really thought we would have had a few fish on this, just being patient, not overcooking it, just picking an odd bite up. Really is tough at the moment. Like I said, I checked the water temperature this morning, that was like 3 degrees. The air temperature is like 3, so you do forget we are in like middle of Jan as well, and we've had a load of ice melted which I've got in as well. We're going to have to look up and some maggots across, because there seems to be an odd fish on maggots coming out. Give our little line down the middle of a little go now. I just can't seem to get a bite on this daubing rig across. Just see if I can get a bite on maggots in the middle, because it might be the case that they want maggots today. And I'll have to look up putting a line or two in elsewhere then. I'll give up on this a minute. So have a little look on them maggots on the middle now, see if we can pick up an odd bite. Be nice if there was a stack load of F1s here for us. So we're just going to go in with double maggot. Put a few maggots in the pot there now. Just going to flick it out in front of us and just tap like 6 or 7 maggots in. So I just dropped onto the maggot line now. I've just been tapping a couple of maggots in. Hoping we can just pick up an odd bite here now. Does seem to be a few fish on maggots coming out down the middle. I think it's not going to be like anything hectic, it's literally just going to be sitting, hopefully wait for an odd bite, whether it comes from an eye or an F1. Or a bonus carp if you're lucky. Peg 16 seems to be catching a couple of maggots on the track now as well. Just had our first bite down the middle now. So I guess I'm going to eat, to be fair. Hopefully we can line a few of these up now, just to try and build a bit of a weight. Oh, nice, F1. Nice, that's what we want. F1 about a pound. Be great if you can line a few of these up now. That's a really good sign, that is. I think I'm definitely going to introduce another line down the middle now. I'm just hoping we can put a little run of fish together over there now. Fish are absolutely freezing. Just tapping in like 7 or 8 maggots. It'd be great if we can line some F1s up there though. I was expecting it to be an eye, to be honest. It's a great sign of F1. So again, it's just a case of repeating the process. Just tapping those couple of little maggots in. Lift, drop. Sit and wait. I'm just going to keep persevering with this line for the next 5-10 minutes. I'll just see if I can get an odd bite here. I'm definitely going to put a line into this gap to my left for a maggot. I'm going to look at putting a little bit lighter rig on as well, because it's really shallow. I'll just use something like a 4x10 down the middle. Some strong 12s. I think that could make us an odd bite. Oh, there we are. Looks like it could be an eyed. Yeah, small eyed. So it looks like it could be a bit of a maggoty cracking stamp these are, to be fair. Probably not far off a pound, to be fair. So while I'm out of it, I'm just going to chuck the permit on and whiz out to my left and just have a quick look. start prepping another line, because I think it could be a case of bouncing about with two maggot lines down the middle, and maybe in a cross line. So we just dropped on our maggot lines down the middle. Managed to pick a couple of F1s and a couple of eyed up on my right hand side line. So I did just put another line into my left now. I've just hooked another fish because that right line seemed to have died straight away. I don't know if it's because me and the angler next door quite close, but I've just gone towards the gap now. Yeah. Nice 2 pound F1. Fingers crossed we can line a few of these up. But it seems to be maggots doing the damage everywhere now. Everyone's catching on maggots. Not loads of fish, like an odd fish here and there. Peg 10 is still doing the damage at the moment. He's dropped on his maggot line down the middle now as well. And he seems to be steady away there now as well, so yeah, so he's probably near a £50 now. And I've probably got a £15 probably. There or thereabouts. Long way to go. But if we can just keep a couple of these bites going. Just rotating these 2 lines down the middle. They might do okay. But I think realistically first is out of the question now, but we can just keep a few bites coming down these middle lines. I don't know, see what could happen. The sun seems to have popped up now, so I think I have to set a maggot line up across, because if the sun does come up, it might just warm up those shallower areas here, peg. Just starting to flick 1 or 2 maggots in as well now. Got a really light rig on now, fishing a 4x10 down the middle with strung number 12s. Just to see if I can get that extra bite. Definitely a few fish responding to maggots now though. It's just going to be a case of working these 2 lines down the middle now. This line to my left is ever so slightly shallower, which is annoying because it would be nice to flick 1 rig over 2 swims. But it is what it is. Lad at 116 now seems to be having a few fish down the middle of maggots as well. Definitely going to have a look at putting a line in across some maggots, I think. I don't think I'm going to go across dobbing again. I think that's done, that is. Might be a case of just nicking 1 fish off a line, then rotating around onto the next. Can't seem to line nothing up here at all at the minute. Just going to pinch in number 13 and start on there. just want everything to magnify the bite up, to be honest. Perfect conditions today, so you can get them right down to a pinball. Just putting like 6 or 7 maggots in a pot. It's got really slow falling 4x10 on. Just to open this, will pick us up a few fish, maybe falling through the water as well, because I don't think there's loads of fish on the deck. I think they are still swimming around off bottom, so it could be pinching it on the way down. That on peg 16's really well now. He's catching steady down the middle, just pinging a few maggots in. Seems to be steady away on that one line, to be fair. Thought we would have picked up a few fish here because it's towards the gap. So we started really well there, had a bite within minutes. A nice F1. But nothing to follow. We're coming up roughly now to about the halfway stage now, 2.5 hours. But there is a standout runaway leader with peg 10. But then there's a few people then on a few fish. Peg's down on the corner just below him. 9 and 8 seem to have had a few fish as well. Oh, there's a bite. Oh, just a bit wide. Cracking Stampy's eye there as well, to be fair. It'd be nice if we could line a few up. Beautiful fish that is. Gotta be just over a pound, I expect. Be great if we could line a few of those up. Right, so about 3 hours in now, and to be honest with you, it hasn't materialised much at all. I thought I was going to put a few bites together down the middle, just rotating a couple of lines. I literally seem to have like 1 or 2 eyed, and it's literally just can't line nothing up whatsoever. So I've decided to change my plan. I'm still going to feed 2 lines down the middle, but what I've done now is set the line up on maggots and 3 foot across, just to see if any fish have just moved into that slightly shallower water across. Air temperature seems to be a little bit milder, but yeah, I just can't seem to line anything up here whatsoever. tried everything, to be fair, just literally rotating a couple of lines, but it just doesn't seem to be the way. Peg 10 is absolutely walking away with it, to be fair. So must have £60. And the lads down on the corner there, just below him, I think on 9 and 8 have both got probably £30, I imagine, or a little bit more, £30–40. So yeah, we're in the mud a bit, yeah, mate, to be honest. But like I said, I've just tried. I'm gonna try this line now in 3-foot, because I've seen an odd fish get caught across, and they seem to be better stamped as well. Fingers crossed we may be able to pinch an odd bite across here, but yeah, at the minute it's going really tough. I'll continue to keep feeding these maggot lines down the middle, and hopefully we'll get another arrival at some point, but it's not looking great at the moment. So I'm not going to give it too long. I'm just going to keep flicking that rig out. If there's one that's swimming off depth, it just gives you that opportunity to just intercept you. Just keep a couple of maggots going in down the middle. Noticing a few people are starting to feed edges now. It's a bit of a surprise. So keep an eye on them. It's not something I had in my armory, to be honest with you. I didn't think any edge fish we caught, but obviously that's coming from lack of experience at the venue. I don't fish here. I'm just going to flick a rig up if I do see anything get caught on that. Really thought I'd go across there and nick a fish, but absolutely die here today. Oh, right. Because I lied. It's a start. A real good stamp, to be fair. Nice if you could just line a few on that, but seem to get an odd bite, and then that's it then. Fella next door has gone down the edge now. I've seen the lad below him beat the edge as well, so I'm going to have to keep an eye on what they're doing there. Every time I look at a peg 10, he's into one. He's on the absolute epicenter there today, to be fair. He's on a mint there. There now. Looks like it might be another hide. That's what these buggers really like, because they're a nightmare for coming off these things. A good stamp to be fair. 10 ounce of those ones. They don't really catch out those fish because you think they're 10 ounce, but they might be a little bit bigger. The ones down the middle we've had have been a touch bigger than that. It's a good sign. We've had 2 fish across here now. Obviously, just keep plugging away. Just keep lines fed down the middle as well. Just do like a little run of F1s. Because to be fair, the F1s I've seen come out being huge. Probably about 6 or 7 maggots gone in there now. It's using a really light rig, just a 4x8 winter maggie 016 to 011. That's the beauty with these winter maggies, they do show up everything. Yeah, so we just nicked another bite, I think there's another hide. Might be enough on this. Seems to have woke up a little bit now. Nice quality F1. These are the ones we want. If we can just line a few of these up. So we'll come back to it in a little bit once we get this in the net. So going into the last 30 minutes now. When I last left you, I was just looking at putting in another line across. I've managed to pick up a few F1s and a few wide across on maggots. But again, it's just seemed to have died on me. A couple of fish, but just can't seem to get any run of fish going whatsoever. It just seems to be the theme of the day. Catch a couple, move on to another line. It seems to be that peg 10 has absolutely paralysed the match. He must have £100. Whatever line he goes on now, he's just catching. What I've decided to do now is, instead of the nicey approach now, we've got 30 minutes left, I've decided to heavily feed my right hand line down the middle for maggots and literally hope for an arrival now. I am keeping my other line option, but not as aggressive, just in case that one down the middle isn't. The aggressive line is not the way to go, but with 30 minutes to go, I don't really want to be across here now, so I'm going to look to come back down the middle now. And hopefully have it. That's perfect. This is just what we want, so we can come off this line now. This will bring us nicely now to come down the middle. It's only an hide, but it's been a decent stamp, to be fair. Oh, sorry, it's F1. Coming off F1. Real good stampies fish out of me there. It's just a shame we couldn't keep them coming. But really hoping the line I fed a little bit heavier now will come into play. Just praying there's a few fish lined up down this middle now. Just seems to be that you catch one or two and it's gone. Hopefully they'll have a little munch there now. There's an unreal ball of fish to my right. Just hopefully we can drag a few up here. Like fella next to me is having a few in between us. So. It just seems to have got a little bit worse to my left then. They did start catching a couple of fish early down there, but their swim seems to have dried up now. I think it's just going to be a case of rotating two lines down the middle. I don't really want to go back across. Even though it's been alright for an odd bite, and to be fair, they've been F1s, but if you're going to do any damage now, it's going to be down this middle. Just hope it'll be a little bit more aggressive now. It can materialise it. Even though the sun up has been so cold today. Just really need that to go under now, a nice chunky off one on it. Been an okay day's fishing out, to be fair. There's been a few bites. Just been a couple of pegs off them, to be honest with you. That's typical winter fishing on it. They ball up in certain areas. Oh, no bite then. I think it's just a case of feeding, setting that trap, and being patient. Problem with me, I like feeding. It's like I'm my worst enemy sometimes. Pegs down to my right seem to have done the damage, so 10, 9, 8, they'll be top 3. They've literally caught all day. They'll all have, well, peg 10 will have £100, and the other lads I reckon will have 50 and 70. Something. It's been a right ball of fish off the corner of that island there. It just doesn't seem like it's going to go this line. I just whiz back in now. Another section. I'll just try that negative line just to see if there's anything on that line. I don't really want to go back across because I just don't feel like you're ever going to get a run of fish. Catch an odd fish across out there. Even though the sun's out, it's really deceiving. It's bloody freezing. It's a cracking place in Monkhall. It's absolutely stunning. It's full of fish as well. The fish are absolutely mint. Been a great turnout today as well, all on Swallow Lake. To be fair, everybody's had a few fish. Harder in areas obviously, but that's the nature of the game, winter fishing. Come on, hopefully a snail one down there now. going to keep pinging them a couple of maggots on these lines just to keep them an option. It's really hoping I'd get a run of fish from somewhere, especially this latter part of the match. Chapped a bit right, is having a nice little run of fish 3/4 way across. Maybe I've messed up not putting that line in, to be honest. Maybe I should go back across. Sat there absolutely perfect, just won't go under though. Come on, there's got to be one or two for sure. Really just hoping for a couple of bites. It's absolutely biting this wind. It's right in my face now as well. Looks as though I might have to go back across now just to see if I can snare one or two more. Yeah, quite a few people have come short now hoping for a late arrival, but just don't seem. I think it's a day for it today. Literally haven't seen no sign. Oh, just missed a bite then. Literally haven't seen no signs at all of any fish down this middle. No pinpricks, nothing. Usually in the winter when they're getting their head down on their maggots, usually give themselves away like they've been the softest part of the lake. See like a little blow or something if there's one or two about feeding, but it's just nothing today. It's been really tough to be honest. So we've got 10 minutes to go now. A few of the lads below me have decided to call it a day. But everyone to my right is catching. So the lad to my right is he's a nice little run of fish. 3/4 of the way across. I'm just going to go back across myself now and see if I can get one more, because it just doesn't seem like it's going to go down that middle, to be honest. A shame really. think even the maggots have given up now, they're that cold. Do a blow eater just to give them some life here. Try and go back across now, see if we can pinch one. I'm just fishing a really light rig across here. Just to see if we can catch anything on the drop. There's some lumps next door there. A few nice carp. Whoa. Bite there straight away, I'm sure that was a liner. Maybe they've just backed off into that little bit shallower water. Been a lovely day's fishing out, to be fair. Weather's been a bit cold out, but it's been dry, sun's been out. Managed to nail a few. Caught a few on the Aquastim pellets as well, which I think will be brilliant on the market when they come out. Like I said earlier, the lovely thing about them is that you don't need to prepare them, it's literally, they're already pre-soaked. Oh, what is it? It's a bite. Yeah, they're already pre-soaked. So it's just a case of popping them in a pot of water when you're fishing. And literally just squeezing them under the water just for them to sink. Oh, don't lose the ball. Just picked up another F1 across here now. Another chunky F1. Glad I definitely put that line in across here now. Probably been one of my best lines today, to be fair. Just shows the importance of keep rotating lines, putting new lines in, just not giving up, just keep working hard, especially this winter fishing, because it's so easy to just sit down the middle on one line, especially when it's cold. Just stick your plummet on and have a plumb about. If you just find even something a couple of inches depth different, can just be all the difference of catching nothing or maybe like 30-40 pound. It's 5 minutes ago now, so I'm just gonna keep plugging away, hopefully get another one or two, and I'll catch back up with me at the end of the match. So we've just weighed in. I've weighed in £45 and a couple of ounces, which is currently sat 4th in the match at the moment. A couple more to weigh, but I don't think they got as much as that. Peg 10 has absolutely paralysed the match. He's had £120. Lad opted on 8. He's had 95, and the fella next door to him in between has had £50. So a couple more fish. We might have just snuck in the frame, but we've done well for the little area we've been in, because it's been really tough here. The chap next to us had a few good fish at the end. He's had £42. He's done well last going off, but just rotating a couple of lines today. Just managed to keep a few fish ticking over. I did think the dobbin line at the start would have got us a few fish, but it only resulted in 1 carp. But luckily the few maggot lines we did get going was really good. I've also used the Aquastim prototype pellets today, the natural ones, which have been absolutely incredible, to be fair. We've also used the F1 Supreme micro pellets, topped up with some F1 Supreme syrup, and it gives it an amazing smell. I just think that it boosts the pellets, especially this time of year. I'm not one for attractors or liquids, but I think you just need any little edge you can in the winter, because it's really hard to come by a bite, and I just think just boosting your pellets a little bit just gives you that extra opportunity to get a few fish in the net.